You know, I'm not surprised the day before was canceled. The zombie survival genre has had tons of garbage and lies get promoted, like overpromised games that underdeliver on everything, even their own release date. What I am surprised about is the fact that a zombie survival MMO got the attention it did. It's years after the zombie survival hype, but the day before revived hype for the genre. And I don't think it should have any of the hype it did. And I want to talk about it in this video. But before we start, subscribe to the channel for future videos on various gaming topics. And check out my other videos afterwards, you know? The day before, for those out of the loop, was a zombie survival MMO that was supposed to be DayZ and The Division mixed together. Like a couple years ago, the game was announced and it caught people off guard. Like, there wasn't much information about the team or even the game, but that didn't stop gamers from hyping it up. Even when barely information trickled out, they got hyped. I seen comments after comments of people speculating and getting themselves too excited for a random mysterious game they know nothing about. And it seemed, as usual, my fellow gamer brethren caught the hyphy flu. Luckily, there were a few YouTubers who were skeptical enough of the project, you know, because of the lack of information. But in my opinion, they all got swept under the rug like a turd nugget rolling out of my jeans because I don't want to pick it up. And I'm not gay, so why would I bend over to pick it up? And I'm not a woman, so why the fuck would I clean? Fuck, that's bad. Oh, shit. You know, I watched the gameplay video, and holy crap, I was very disappointed. And after that video, I checked out entirely of the hype train. As I watched more people get sucked in, I was only on it for like a very short period of time. And now, I've had a lot of experience watching how scam developers make fake gameplay videos or even fake games entirely for the MMORPG genre. I was able to spot what the day before was doing. And it's shitty. It's crap. Like, they became #1 wishlisted on Steam without any proof of a playable game, like, at all. Or any proof that a playable game will be released. And the wild thing is, they announced that the game will release like a year after their announcement. Like, they're not New World, they're not Amazon Game Studios. When they went from PvP to PvE, talking about New World, they tried to release the game within like a few months to a year after the announcement. And they weren't able to do that. And that's Amazon Game Studios. Who the fuck is the day before developers? Nobody. So they wouldn't be able to do it. And I'm a person that's been disappointed time and time again from all this bullshit. So I was able to learn to call it quits on the hype train. And over time, after a while, I think you other gamers were able to as well. And after some time has passed from the initial hype, and no more information or anything substantial was coming out, YouTubers started asking questions about the game again. But this time people were hearing them out. There were a couple who threw out there that they think the game is bullshit, and I completely agreed with them. Of course it is all bullshit, because like, there's no real gameplay being shown. No development videos or evidence that a game is even being developed, the proper game that they're not talking about. And that's a problem. Like, you want hype, you should continue to trickle out development news and updates to people. You know what I mean? And it finally came to a head when the game launches, and it was no longer just like a zombie survival MMO. It was a fucking extraction shooter! Extraction shooter! That's not what they talked about! Go play Lost Light! Go play fucking Escape from Tarkov if you want an extraction shooter. We wanted a zombie survival MMO, and they failed. It came a fucking extraction shooter. The day before was originally advertised as a zombie survival MMO, and when it released, it was nowhere close to one. The devs released a pile of hog shit, and the gamers just had to deal with it. But they didn't want to deal with it. They all left within a couple days, thankfully. Like, from launch, it lost like 90% of its player base, and just a few days in, they fucking shut the game down. This launch proved to the world that the game was just another overhyped pile of garbage that couldn't be salvaged like No Man's Sky or The Division 1. And from what I see, the game was nowhere close to being a decent or polished or even finished game. Like the devs did what a lot of the other devs do when stringing along a player base, but are too scared to not release the game when they aren't really making what they're promising. It's almost like they pulled a Chronicles of Illyria, hyping a game that you can't even make, and when the heat is on you from all the other gamers, you just release another game in hopes to avoid legal trouble, you know? That's what Chronicles of Illyria did. Like, he wasn't making MMO like he promised, the developer, and when people got mad about it, he tried to make a complete another game just to avoid a lawsuit, or get the lawsuit winning against him, you know? That's what I think the day before was trying to do, or did. Like, this is crazy. But lucky for the day before, they didn't scam people out of Kickstarter money. They just stole all your time and hope, so get fucked. In my opinion, this all could have been avoided by simply not getting too hyped and just asking for more information and maybe even hassling the developers for evidence that they're making the game they're promising. We could have all avoided wishlisting the game until the devs proved there was a game being made or slated for release. And this situation is wild to me because we just came out of a period where a bunch of gaming scams were exposed. Like, from MMOs to crypto fucking currency game projects. All those projects were able to scam because of the hype and not enough gamers asking questions or for, you know, any kind of real evidence. It was FOMO, fear of missing out. That was the whole point of crypto. Like, just getting people suckered in was FOMO. And, man, this should have never happened. We are in the year 2023 where gamers cancel streamers and YouTubers before they cancel developers. You know, they scrutinize streamers and YouTubers before they even scrutinize the studios. Like, it's just wild to me. But at least gamers realized it was a lie after it launched and abandoned that fucking ship, leaving the devs to float on their boat in a sea of lies. But shit. That's all I got for the day before situation. We as gamers gotta stop falling for the hype. Stop letting these developers fool us into accepting bullshit and lies. Because us gamers are united together. We are one. We aren't split up into subgroups or categories. There isn't different races or whatever. We're gamers. We are one. So, we should stick together. Anyways, have a good one, adventurers. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see my upcoming gameplay video on a real fucking zombie survival MMORPG. Man, I can't speak. Comment your thoughts below about the day before situation. Your thoughts on it. I just said that twice. Comment your thoughts on it. Nah, I'm stupid. Alright, have a good one, everyone. I need to end this video. I'm mad.